In a remarkable shift within the global automotive industry, China has ascended to the top, overtaking Japan to become the world's largest car exporter in the initial quarter of the year. A surge in exports, evidenced by official data, saw China shipping a staggering 1.07 million vehicles abroad during this period, a remarkable 58% jump from the first quarter of 2022. This performance starkly contrasts with Japan, which managed to export 954,185 vehicles, marking a modest 6% increase year over year. This phenomenal growth in China's export figures is largely driven by the soaring demand for electric vehicles and a significant uptick in sales to Russia. This achievement is not isolated. It builds on China's recent surpassing of Germany in 2022, establishing itself as the world's second largest car exporter and marking a pivotal moment in the automotive world. Welcome to the Global Insight. China's journey in the automotive industry is a remarkable tale of transformation, innovation, and strategic positioning that has seen the nation emerge as a leading car manufacturer and exporter on the global stage. This transformation began in earnest in the late 20th century when China's automotive sector was primarily focused on meeting domestic needs, with low production volumes and technology levels lagging behind those of established car-producing nations. By the turn of the millennium, China's automotive industry had begun to take shape as a significant player, propelled by the country's vast domestic market, government support, and an increasingly skilled workforce. The government implemented policies that encouraged the growth of the automotive sector, including investment in research and development, incentives for electric vehicle production, and infrastructure development. This period also saw the rise of domestic car manufacturers like Geely, BYD, and Great Wall Motors, which started to compete not just within China, but also on the international stage. China's entry into the World Trade Organization in 2001 marked a pivotal moment, further integrating its economy with the global market and opening up opportunities for Chinese car manufacturers to expand abroad. The focus on electric vehicles, or EVs, and battery technology became a cornerstone of China's automotive strategy, leveraging its vast reserves of critical minerals and strong manufacturing base to take a leadership position in the EV segment. Today, China is known for producing a wide range of vehicles, from economical and practical models to high-end electric and hybrid cars that rival those of established luxury brands. Chinese car manufacturers have also become synonymous with innovation in electric vehicle technology, smart connectivity features, and manufacturing efficiency, challenging stereotypes about the quality of Chinese-made products. The reputation of Chinese cars has improved significantly, with brands winning international awards for design, safety, and technology. The meteoric rise of China as a global leader in the automotive industry can be attributed to a confluence of strategic, economic, and technological factors. These elements have not only propelled the growth of China's car manufacturing and exporting capabilities, but have also positioned it at the forefront of innovation and market expansion in the automotive sector. The key drivers of this growth include government support and policy initiatives. The Chinese government has played a pivotal role in the automotive industry's expansion through favorable policies, substantial subsidies, and robust support for research and development. Initiatives aimed at promoting electric vehicles, reducing emissions, and making China a hub for technological innovation in the automotive sector have been particularly influential. Focus on electric vehicles and technological innovation. China's emphasis on electric vehicles and new energy vehicles has set it apart in the global automotive landscape. By investing heavily in battery technology, connectivity, and autonomous driving capabilities, Chinese car manufacturers have established themselves as leaders in EV innovation. This focus aligns with global trends towards sustainability and digitalization, making Chinese brands increasingly competitive internationally. Domestic market scale and export strategies. China's vast domestic market offers a significant advantage, providing a strong base for car manufacturers to scale up production and refine their offerings before expanding abroad. The scale of the domestic market has allowed Chinese manufacturers to achieve economies of scale, thus reducing costs and improving quality. Investment in research and development. Substantial investments in R&D have propelled Chinese car manufacturers to the forefront of automotive technology. These investments have facilitated advancements in electric powertrains, battery technology, and smart vehicle systems, contributing to the global competitiveness of Chinese automotive brands. The collaborative efforts between the government, academic institutions, and private companies have been instrumental in driving these innovations. Globalization and strategic acquisitions. Chinese car manufacturers have actively pursued globalization strategies, including establishing manufacturing bases abroad, forming international partnerships, and acquiring foreign brands and technology companies. These moves have not only expanded their global footprint, but also enhanced their technological capabilities and brand recognition, facilitating entry into new markets and segments. Together, these factors have underpinned the remarkable growth of China's automotive industry, transforming it from a domestic manufacturer into a global automotive powerhouse. The strategic interplay of government support, technological advancement, market scale, and globalization strategies has not only driven China's rise in the automotive sector, but has also redefined the global car manufacturing and exporting landscape. As China continues to assert its dominance as a leading car manufacturer and exporter, the quality and innovation of its vehicles are not just reshaping consumer perceptions, but also setting new standards in the automotive industry. Here are some of the key changes and innovations that China is bringing to the latest generation of cars. One of the most significant contributions of China to the latest generation of cars is the push towards electrification, and Chinese manufacturers are at the forefront of EV production, driven by the country's focus on reducing carbon emissions and its substantial investments in battery technology. Chinese car manufacturers are integrating advanced digital technologies into their vehicles, transforming them into smart, connected platforms. These vehicles feature sophisticated infotainment systems, AI-powered voice assistants, and seamless connectivity with mobile devices and smart home systems. Furthermore, China's investment in 5G technology is enhancing vehicle-to-everything or V2X communications, enabling real-time traffic updates, enhanced navigation, and the potential for future autonomous driving capabilities. China is also a key player in the development of autonomous driving technologies, which promise to improve safety, reduce traffic congestion, and transform the driving experience, with China aiming to become a leader in this revolutionary field. The automotive industry in China is exploring new business models that reflect changing consumer preferences and technological advancements. This includes subscription services for cars, battery leasing models for EVs to reduce upfront costs, and car-sharing platforms that align with urban mobility trends and environmental consciousness. These innovative models are changing the way people access and use cars, potentially leading to wider adoption of new technologies. Beyond electrification, Chinese car manufacturers are integrating sustainable practices into their production processes and vehicles. This includes the use of eco-friendly materials, efforts to reduce the carbon footprint of manufacturing, and initiatives to recycle and repurpose batteries. Finally, Chinese cars are shedding their reputation for uninspired designs, emerging with distinct and appealing aesthetics that compete on the global stage. Chinese automakers are hiring international designers and investing in design centers around the world to ensure that their vehicles stand out for their style as well as their technology and performance. China's dominance in the automotive sector, particularly in electric vehicles and battery technology, is shifting the center of gravity in the global car industry from traditional powerhouses in Europe, Japan, and the United States to China. This shift is not just economic, but also symbolic of China's growing influence in setting global standards and leading technological innovations, potentially reshaping global economic power structures. The production of EVs and advanced automotive technologies requires access to critical minerals and resources such as lithium, cobalt, and rare earth elements, many of which China controls a significant share of, either through domestic reserves or investments in mining operations abroad. This control over critical resources positions China as a key player in the global supply chain for the automotive industry, potentially leveraging these resources for geopolitical and economic advantage. By leading in the production and adoption of EVs, China positions itself as a key player in global efforts to combat climate change. This leadership in green technology could enhance China's diplomatic standing and influence in international environmental policy discussions, allowing it to play a pivotal role in shaping global environmental standards and agreements. The integration of advanced digital technologies in vehicles, including connectivity and autonomous driving capabilities, does raise concerns, particularly related to data privacy and cybersecurity. As Chinese companies lead in these areas, concerns about data collection, surveillance, and controls have emerged which could influence international policies and relations. China's rise in the automotive sector is a multifaceted phenomenon with broad geopolitical implications affecting global economic structures, supply chain dynamics, environmental policies, technological standards, and international relations. As China continues to expand its influence in this industry, its role in shaping the future of global mobility and the geopolitical landscape will be significant and closely watched by government and industries worldwide. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments what you think. Do you drive a Chinese car? What do you think of it? Would you recommend buying one, or are you worried that you can't trust the technology? We want to know. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel here at The Global Insight. And until next time, stay tuned.